Welcome to the Good Morning from the Chicken Coop podcast with Kim Johnson, your creative strategist and master mindset coach. Filled with inspiration, distinctions, perspectives, and possibilities, we help you to cultivate a mindset that leads you to create the best version of yourself you could ever imagine. Join Kim every morning from one of her favorite happy places, her chicken coop, along with all her chickens.
Hey everybody, good morning from the Chicken Coop. Today we are talking about planning for your success daily. So how many of you actually sit down and figure out what you are supposed to get done during a day? I think most of us have a to-do list, right? Write everything down, know what we've got to get done. But I'm talking about a deeper level of this. I'm talking about the success of the day. And it's not just about what you do, it's about how you feel at the end of the day. Are you adding towards the value towards your goals overall, or are you just checking items off your list? Like, oh, I need to do laundry, or oh, I need to, go to this appointment or that appointment. And it becomes more of an arduous grind, if you will. I have a client who uses that word all the time. It's just part of the grind. More than your success overall. And are you aware, once you do, we all know the end of the year, we have this whole ritual where we set goals and we get ready and we say, okay, this year my goals are this and this and this. The challenge most of us have is that we don't check in with those goals throughout the year, let alone check in with them daily, and let alone are completely unaware of, are we making progress towards them? Asking yourself the right questions every day gives you minor wins every single day. Those little incremental wins add up over time. And that's what makes it so incredibly important to understand this piece of it. Because if you can set yourself up for success daily, then it's not just about the to-do list. It's true success. Did this move the needle closer to my goals? Did this move me closer to my outcomes for the year? And if you're constantly measuring those along the way, then you will have success of those. This is something that I do regularly with my clients. Well, is this moving us towards our goal or away from our goal? That one question will change everything if you ask it repeatedly. Is this moving me closer to it or further away from it? Is this action taking me closer to getting that particular outcome or further from getting that outcome? So let's say you had a goal in mind of you wanting to save a certain amount of money. And let's say at the beginning of the year you said, I want to save $10,000 this year. Arbitrary number, throwing it out there. Let's say you want to save $10,000 this year. And that was you put that down on December 31st, let's say, and you started on January 1st. We're usually all hopped up in January to work on our goals. So maybe through January, you were aware that you wanted to save that money and you focused on it. Maybe you started and you ended up with, let's say, $500. Let's say you put $500 away by the end of January. But then life happens again and you're still moving forward and it's not your priority anymore. You're not checking in. You're not setting yourself up for success by repeatedly asking, how much am I going to put away this month? How much am I going to put away this week? You're just not focused on it. Even worse, you're putting yourself out there to spend more money by buying other things. And you're like, well, I need to buy this or I need to buy that. And you're not focused on the bigger goal that you set, but you're focused on an immediate pleasure of buying something that you really don't need. You just want it. But we often will say we need something more than we want something. And before you know it, it's June and you look and you haven't put any more money into your account. You're just, oh, wow, yeah, I did say I was going to do that, but things happened. And now all of a sudden, I don't have it. Now halfway through the year. And so I blew my goal. Whatever. I hate setting goals. I never get there and I never get to them. You got to put yourself into a state of awareness about the fact that this just didn't, quote unquote, happen. It happened because you didn't put yourself into the right state of mind for success, and you weren't asking the right questions to get you there. So at the end of every week, if you would ask yourself, am I moving closer to my goals, or am I moving further from my goals, or a specific goal? I'm using that question in general, but it could be anything. Am I closer to my, let's say you want to lose weight, am I closer to my weight loss goal this week than I was last week? No. Okay, what could I do better to be in line with that? You always have to go back and reassess more frequently, because if you don't reassess frequently, you're not going to be able to measure quick enough to adjust. The best analogy I can come up with for this is the plane analogy. When a plane leaves Boston and it's flying to San Francisco, the pilots are in the cockpit, they are flying the plane, but the computers are consistently making hundreds, if not thousands, of minor adjustments to get that plane there safely and on time. And it all takes place effortlessly because the pilots are very aware of the fact that the computers are giving them this information and the shifts are taking place, and whether they're doing it on autopilot or the pilot's doing it, all those little tiny shifts get them there, but they're happening moment to moment because the conditions outside that plane are constantly being evaluated and changing. So if they run into turbulence, they have to go up. If they run into weather, they have to move left, right, up, down. Wind speed has everything to do with it. Slowing down, speeding up. Everything is constantly being shifted in order to get them safely where they want to go. And that's what you have to do with this. You have to have this assessment of constantly asking yourself the questions about, is this moving me closer towards my successes that I want to have, or is it moving me further away from them? Because again, if you're not asking those questions, there is absolutely no way anyone else is going to ask you those questions. You have to plan for your success daily. And that comes about by asking very specifically every day, what did I do today to move me closer to my goals? And know that it's an incremental process. So start that as soon as you can, and I promise you, you will start to see wins, because what you watch and what you monitor, you can create shifts in. Have a great day, my friends, and I will see you soon.